Welcome as we look at number 7 in our series on 3 cosmic messages, worshipping the Creator. And of course that takes us in Revelation to chapter 4 and the last verse, verse 11, the words of the 24 elders that fall down and worship the one on the throne. They say, "Our Lord and our God, you are worthy to be given glory and honor and authority, for you created everything. Your will brought creation into existence." It was God's will that brought us into existence and everything that we see. You can look at the whole starry universe and understand that this is God's incredible creation. When you look up, it's just like David. Why do you even think about me? When you just look at the stars, and he didn't even know about all the incredible distances and numbers of stars and galaxies and so on. We can truly worship the Creator because he is the one who made everything, down to the smallest, I was going to say atom, but we go to subatomic particles, right up to the biggest galaxy and so on. And there's some notes in the material for this time that I put together, like that line from Jonathan Swift, who wrote Gulliver's Travels, that the universe was formed by a fortuitous concourse of atoms. I will no more believe that the accidentally jumbling of the alphabet will fall into a most ingenious treatise of philosophy. This whole idea that you could get that by some random accident. No, he says, that is not the way that things came about. And then this from the former royal astronomer over there in England, Fred Hoyle. A common sense interpretation of the facts suggests that a super intellect has monkeyed with the physics as well as chemistry and biology, and that there are no blind forces worth speaking about in nature. He had looked at all the various laws of nature, the physics of, as he says, also the biology and the chemistry too, but primarily thinking about the cosmos, the universe. He says it's like a super intellect monkeyed with the physics because the laws are just so perfect. Otherwise we wouldn't exist. Even the universe wouldn't exist as we know it, because if you just change some of those forces, the various nuclear forces and the interaction of the electrons and the protons and neutrons and all the rest of it, not here. So as we think about that, we do need to look again. It's all too easy to talk about some kind of big bang that came out of a singularity. Well, what is that? My first degree is in chemistry, and so trained as a scientist, I've always been taught that you have to have something that is observable in order to be able to call it scientific. You have Lord Kelvin saying that science is measurement, and I like that definition. Well, tell me when something ever was observed to come out of nothing. It just doesn't happen, does it? And so you cannot say that spontaneous generation out of nothing is in any way scientific. It's not a likely scenario. We've never observed it. So if you just simply want to talk about that as a way of creation, if you want to call it that, no, it's just not on as a scientific principle, as a theory. No, doesn't work. So let's go back to God as the one who can and does make this universe. He calls it into existence. He makes it happen. We have that material not only in Revelation, but in Isaiah, 2 Corinthians, Colossians, and John. So please take a look at all of that, but concentrate on what does that say about the Creator, because more than just some kind of, what was the line from Fred Hoyle, super intellect. We get a description of the kind of person this Creator really is. And for me, that's the most important thing. Why did he make it? Why did he create us? And what is our role in God's creation and our relationship to our Creator? Those are really important questions for us to think about today.